Yes, that's right. It's little me, that quick-lipped quipstress of the dark, Elvira. Try saying that one fast 10 times. Quick-lipped quipstress of the dark, Elvira. Back once again with another awful eyeful, another weekend dosage of movie macabre.
Well, what is this weekend?
I was just about to tell you that, sister, so hold your horses. Oh, some people are so pushy. This weekend, we're serving up one called Blue Sunshine. That's what it's called. Don't sound very much like movie Mac material to me, but sounds more like the name of some dishwashing liquid. But what the heck do I know? Heck, not very much. They didn't hire me for my brains, you know. Oh, Blue Sunshine. The movie Mac thriller diller for this time around. And we'll get right to it after these words.
Mrs. Rosella, ¿cómo está?
Okay.
Did you bring any of my favorite fettuccine this time?
Doctor, you don't look so good. Aren't you eating?
Yeah, well, you know, there's a little too much aggravation around here for me. Yeah, all my patients aren't such sweeties, you know. Look, why don't you get some rest? I want you to be strong, okay? Go to sleep.
Doctor, are you gonna cut me up again?
We'll see, we'll see.
So the next day, the handsome prince came to the castle. And called up to the princess. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. So. Jason, would you cut it out? My head is killing me. So then the princess untied her long, long hair and dropped it out the window.
Then what happened?
Jason, do you want to hear the story or don't you? I'm going to charge your mother extra for this. It's not in my contract.
Quiet, Jason. Go ahead, Wendy.
So, he grabs onto Rapunzel's hair and starts to climb up to the tower.
Look, that's Mr. Fleming, Wendy.
Yeah, Mr. Fleming's running for Congress. Maybe someday he'll even be president.
Subsidized medical care, better
Can we come visit you at the White House, Wendy?
I don't think so, kiddo. Mr. Fleming and I aren't living together anymore.
But he's your husband.
December 14th. Ed Fleming is the future. Paid for by the Fleming for Congress Committee.
So he grabs onto Rapunzel's hair and starts to climb up to the tower. Do you want to do it? Okay. All right, here, try it. Ow, ow.
Look what I did.
How did you remember him?
I don't know.
Quit the force. At least I get to see him once in a while.
No, Barbara, that's the worst thing he could do. He'll be sitting around the house with his face in the bottle from morning till night.
Yeah. Johnny, no! No more chocolate pudding! I made that for your father! Now stop it! Gee, I don't know what to do. I feel like a wreck. Maybe it's my fault.
Your fault. He leaves the house here at 7 in the morning. You don't see him again till midnight, and he comes home crocked out of his brains.
I don't know, maybe it's the strain. He's been having nightmares lately. And sometimes he talks in his sleep. You know, sometimes being a cop.
Oh, come on, don't give me the cop bullshit. Please, Barbara, look, it's not that tough being a cop. And don't tell me about the hair now. I know all about that. Look, I'm losing a few hairs myself. He thinks he's the only guy in the world that's losing hair? Hey, John. Now, come on, Shep, let's get the sack.
Goodbye, Richie.
Good night, Barbara.
Hello, Johnny. Sunshine.
was like a statue, stiff. It's like it reached a point, and I ran right over her. I just went up. What's the matter?
Do you remember Rodin?
The artist?
No, the monster.
Get together for a group shot.
No, Frankie, let's hear it just in time. What do you say?
Hey, I want to get a big shot.
Just in time. One more time.
Hey, how about just in time?
Come on, get up there.
You guys,
don't be shy. Come on. Let's go.
Dim the lights and hit the spot.
Good.
All right. Here we go.
Okay, just give me 1 second here.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Hey. I teach him.
Hold it. Jerry, I love you.
I work alone.
Oh, come on. Start it up. Let's go. Come on.
Just in time. I found you just in time. Before you came, my time was running low. I was lost. The losing dice were tossed. My bridges all were crossed. Nowhere to go. But now you're here. And now I know just where I'm going.
Hey, wait a minute. This. What the hell happened to his hair?
I don't know. Did you see that?
Looked like a cue ball. Hey, Jerry, why'd he shave his head?
I don't know.
Wait a minute.
Hey, come on, Joe. Come on. Hey, you gotta go looking for him at least. Come on.
You okay?
No.
Why don't you take some?
God, I drank too much. I need some honey. That's all.
Honey?
Yeah, it settles my stomach. It helps.
Hey, Zipkin, we're gonna go into town and look for Franny.
Look, why don't you go into town with him and get some honey?
Oh, come on with me. Please.
Hey, Joe?
Yeah.
Take her with you, okay?
Joe, do you have a flashlight? A flashlight? What do you need it for?
I'm gonna stay and look for Franny.
Oh, come with us, Zippy, please.
Here you go, Tano. Thank you.
Zippy, please.
Love me.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. God damn it, I do.
Yes, I do! No, you don't. Yes, I do! I do! No, you don't. Okay, right, I don't. That guy Jerry didn't seem too thrilled about kissing his girlfriend there after she announced she felt like upchucking, did he? Kiss me, Zippy. No, come on, don't make me do that. Go have some honey and we'll talk about it later, okay? And the credits on this movie, I mean, I thought they would never end. For all I know, they haven't ended. Huh. First they gave us a few names, and then a little blackout, and then a few more names, and then another little blackout, and then some more names, then another blackout. Well, I mean, just put them all together, will you? Get them over with, you know? If I wanted to read for 2 hours, I'd have gone out and bought a book or something. Well, we'll get right back to the movie after this.
Do you think it was a joke? Oh, well, shit. Coming from Tony, it could have been a joke. But I don't know. It looks so real.
Ah, yeah, and it didn't have any stubble like you shaved it. Those long strands. Where are they? Did you see his eyes?
Oh, shut up, Tina. You're giving me the willies.
That must be them.
Hey! You!
Check his heartbeat. He's dead. I'm going after him. Hold it, man. You move, and you're dead. I said stop! You stop, man! Sick! You stop, man. I'm gonna wipe you all over this place. Hold it right there, man! I didn't kill anybody! Stop, man! I'm gonna shoot you again! I mean it! Stop!
Identify the body. What's this guy's name?
Oh, how long have you known Zipkin?
We're going to cover this up.
I met Jerry last summer.
You two living together?
No.
I don't
I don't have to answer your questions.
I'm afraid you do. Miss Sweeney? You know, you're lucky to be alive. Your boyfriend might have just let loose on you.
Jerry didn't do this.
What's your first name?
Alicia.
Alicia. It's a nice name. I have a boy about your age. Look, miss, give me a break, will you?
I'll talk to my lawyer before I talk to you.
Damn television shows.
Anything?
Talk to my lawyer.
Well, we can't get far. We got a make on a car and a plate.
I'm not so sure, Lieutenant. That guy Zipkin is erratic as hell.
What do you mean?
He graduated from Cornell, the top of his class. And now he hasn't got a pot to piss in. He must have had 10 jobs in the last 5 years. He quit his last one because the firm wouldn't hire enough women.
And then he barbecues 3 of them in a fireplace?
I'm just afraid he might make it into the city.
I'll just have to follow him into the city.
So how does poor old Zippy end up being the one who gets the blame? Okay, maybe it wasn't in such good taste the way he just sat there warming himself in front of that roaring fire. At least he didn't break out the marshmallows, did he? Of course, the one they ought to be worrying about is that strange dude with the bald head. Wasn't enough for him to murder that Sinatra tune, but then he had to go and wig out on us. And excuse me a minute. Hello, who is it? Oh, it's only you. It's that chump, the program director. Okay, what I do now? What do you mean my comments are tasteless and you'd just like me to get to the commercials? I'll get to the commercials when I'm good and ready.
Give me a break, will you?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, Mr. Zipkin, you can wait for the doctor in his office. It's straight down that hall.
Thank you.
Zipkin, I can't wait to hear this one.
Hiya, Davey.
I'm okay. How the hell did you get yourself shot? Let me see it. Ah. Not bad. Can you lift your arm? Go inside, take off your sweater. I'll be right in. Zippo. So this is what it takes to get to see you, huh?
How does it look?
Doesn't look bad. Pretty clean, I'd say. Let me just clean up some of that blood. Okay. Does that hurt? Relax. You look terrible, you know that? You look worse than I do. I have a woman dying of cancer. She tells me that I look bad. A hunter, huh? You got the guy's name at least?
No.
Hold that. It's too bad. Those schmucks will shoot at anything that moves. I have to report this, Jerry.
What report? It was an accident. I don't want to get anybody in trouble.
Jerry, it's rules. It's the law. I have to report all gunshot and knife wounds. Now tell me what happened.
I told you.
You sure it was a hunter?
Yes.
And how come you don't want me to report it?
Because it was an accident. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Hey, Zipkin, I want you to fill this prescription. It's antibiotics. I want you to get some rest, too. You can change the dressings yourself.
Are you losing your hair, Davey? What's the matter? You don't feel good?
Asthma. This job has a lot of pressures they don't tell you about in med school, believe me. But I don't do anything stronger than that anymore. You know that, Zippo.
I appreciate it.
Oh, it's all right. Look, give me a call in the morning. Let me know how you're feeling.
How much do I owe you?
Forget it.
Well, I'll see you next time I get shot.
Next time you get shot, I'll charge you.
Okay.
Well, anyway, the haircut removed any damaged hair. This is going to do the trick. It has animal protein in it.
No, I don't want any of that on my hair. Nothing.
Well, what the hell do you think your hair is made out of? How often do you wash? You know, sometimes too much washing can make your hair fall out. Wendy, when is the last time that you had any?
Writing a column.
Sometimes that can make your hair fall out.
Just because you pull your hair out, you don't get enough.
I'm not making this up. No. I read it in Cosmo. It affects your biorhythms.
Wendy, would you please give me a glass of water?
What's wrong with me? Samantha, why don't you take your brother home and watch TV there? I don't want you spilling paint on Wendy's carpet.
Okay, Mom.
Something's wrong with me. I don't know what it is. I've been having these awful nightmares. These headaches are driving me off the wall.
Have some coffee.
You know what this weekend is?
Oh, what is this weekend?
It'll be a year since Eddie and I broke up.
So that's what's wrong. Baby cakes, take it from a veteran. Nothing affected me more than when the Beatles broke up. My divorce was nothing compared to that. I felt betrayed. But then I realized that they had become a part of the past.
How can I forget Eddie when his gorgeous puss is plastered all over the city?
I'm sorry I'm late. You said the north side. This is the south.
I'm sorry, I'm not thinking too well.
What's this, a suit?
I borrowed it. Are you sure you weren't followed?
I don't know.
Did you bring the car?
Yeah. Here are the keys. It's a Bronco. My Uncle Larry's. He's out of town.
Where is it?
It's up there. Look. I told the police you'd turn yourself in. You could tell them how it happened. Shit, Sippy, they could tell by looking at you you wouldn't kill anybody.
But I did kill Franny. I pushed him in front of a goddamn truck.
You had to.
But I can't prove that, and a lawyer can't prove it, and I can't go to jail, not even for one day. I'll go bananas.
But running makes you look guilty. This Lieutenant Clay guy's come down here looking for you. He follows me everywhere. They have you pegged as a psycho case.
Franny was no monster. He might have acted like a goddamn monster, but something made him act that way.
What could make anybody act like that?
He used to get these headaches. I thought he was a hypochondriac, but it's obvious that they were... real.
What are you gonna do?
Look, I'll call you.
I want to go with you. I want to go with you. Don't do this to me! God damn it!
Well, looks like the crimes are starting to escalate. Not to mention Jerry Zipkin there. Little escalator humor. Very little. And the guy who writes the headlines for that newspaper must be the same guy who wrote the opening credits for this movie. I mean, look at that! Look at it! The headline tells the whole story. You never want to do that with a newspaper. You want to tease the reader into putting a quarter in the slot. Details on page 2, column 1. If you put the whole story on the front page, everybody will just read it through the window of the vending machine. Well, I am still baffled over the title of this movie, though. Blue Sunshine. Maybe it'll turn out to be the hair rinse all that people are using. Well, whatever. There's more hair-raising adventure as the movie continues, right after these messages.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Hi, I heard about what happened in the house across the street.
Are you a reporter?
No, I'm not a reporter.
I said all I planned to say.
I'm not a
Thank you.
reporter. I just don't understand why anybody would kill all those people. I just don't understand.
You a cop?
No.
Did you know Johnny?
No. I read in the paper that he killed his dog, too.
Richie. That's Richard Grosso, the neighbor on the other side. He heard screaming coming from the O'Malleys, so he took his dog Shep, a big police dog, and he went over there to see what it was all about. I was the one who finally called the cops. That's when I heard a gun go off.
A gun?
You're sure you're not a reporter?
No.
When the cops arrived, they found Richard Grosso lying dead at the top of the stairs. His neck was broken. And upstairs, they found all the O'Malleys lying dead in big red pools of blood. Johnny put a bullet through his own head. And the others were...
The dog.
Old Shep? His jaws were broken wide open. Bent all the way back like this.
Do you think I'd be able to get in over there?
You're an insurance adjuster.
No.
Well, you won't be able to get in over there. They've got it locked up tight. I sure wouldn't want to set foot in that place. You know, Johnny was the gentlest thing with those kids. I never thought he'd make it as a detective. I thought he'd be too soft. I guess you never know what goes on inside people's heads, do you?
I have one other question. Johnny, Mr. O'Malley, do you remember when he started losing his hair?
You know, that's the strangest thing. I never knew he was bald. I'll tell Mr. Fleming for you.
Well, what the hell kind of an organization do we have, Joe? Jesus Christ, there are about 6 people out there. Yeah, I know all about that bullshit, too. No, I'm not interested in that. Forget it. Hold on, what is it?
Great news. We got Shoppers World Mall for the big rally.
Well, that's something. You hear that, Joe? We've got the mall. Now, do me a favor. Get some bodies out there and make sure they're voting age.
Ed, some guy here wants to talk to you.
What's his name?
Jerry Zipkin, I think it is.
Zipkin. I don't know any Zipkin. Well, did he say what he wanted?
Just to talk to you.
All right.
Mr. Fleming, I'm going to go ahead with the puppet people now that we've nailed down Shoppers World.
Absolutely. Have those typed up for me. Mr. Zipkin?
Hi.
What can I do for you?
I'd like to talk to you.
Sure.
Can we do it alone?
Oh, well, I'm pretty tied up right now.
Very important.
Okay.
Mr. Fleming, did you know a guy named Franny Scott?
Franny? Sure. Hey, how is he? I haven't seen Franny since, oh my God. Oh, wait a minute. What do you mean, did I know?
Franny's gone. He died.
I'm sorry. Wow.
Hey, Ed, you got a minute?
Excuse me.
Ed, I'd like you to meet Pete Tuller here.
Hi, how do you do, Mr. Fleming?
Hi.
Hello. Voting for Ed Fleming?
Sure, why not?
It's not a very healthy voter attitude.
Oh, I don't know very much about him, do you?
I've known him for over 10 years. We went to Stanford together. I play a little football there. Did you ever hear of big number 32, Wayne Mulligan?
Sorry.
Well, that's me.
Oh.
And you're,
I'm Alicia. I'm waiting for Jerry. What are you following me everywhere for? Well, what the hell are you doing here then?
Sorry, what was it? It was some kind of a disease. It's hard to explain.
I have the puppet people on the phone. They want to talk to you.
In a minute. Well, I guess that's it then, huh?
No, wait a minute. There was a picture of you in the studio.
Yeah? Well, that doesn't surprise me. Oh, he'd shoot away at anything.
No, this was different. It was, all distorted. You were distorted. Did you ever hear the words Blue Sunshine? It was the caption under the picture. I thought you might know what it meant.
No, I never heard of it.
You want political caricatures or show business personality type puppets?
Nothing political. Well, I have to go now.
No, wait a minute. This Blue Sunshine. It's just a hunch, but I have a feeling it had something to do with Franny's disease.
Listen, I don't know what you're talking about, and I'm sorry about your friend. Now, if you'd kindly let go of my arm.
If you could just tell me anything.
There's nothing to be told, nothing to think about.
Any problem here?
No, it's fine. It's all right.
What was that all about?
I don't know. We better keep an eye on Mr. Zipian. He could be a troublemaker.
What did Fleming say?
He knew Franny.
And Blue Sunshine?
He was real sweet to me till he heard the word Blue Sunshine, and he just clamped up on me.
Okay. Franny, O'Malley, and now Fleming all graduated from Stanford 10 years ago.
What did you say?
Well, some big guy that works for Fleming told me. They graduated from Stanford 10 years ago.
Davy.
What? Zippy, Davy who?
Look, I don't want to get you involved. I don't want to get you in any more trouble.
I'm already involved.
Okay, listen. Fleming knows a lot more about Blue Sunshine than he's telling us. I want you to find anybody, a girlfriend, a friend, anybody who might have known him back in Stanford.
Okay.
Now, Don't tell me that Zipkin's going back to visit his doctor friend. Has he forgotten where he, quote, unquote, borrowed that three-piece suit he's been living in for the past week and a half, huh? And I think I've got Blue Sunshine figured out at last. That had to be the name Ed Fleming used when he did his drag act on weekends in order to put himself through Stanford. No wonder he got so uptight when he heard about that photograph. Sure, something like that could ruin his chances of getting elected. Ed Fleming is the future. Future what? Future Dolly Parton? And it kinda makes you wonder about big number 32, Wayne Mulligan. Big number 32, When I was in school, they called me big number 38. And I never knew why either. On account of I never went out for sports. I went out with a few sports, but that's another story for another time. Let's get back to our story for this time, right after these words of importance.
Tipkin? Is Dr. Bloom in?
Dr. Bloom, please. Okay. Sorry, Dr. Bloom's in OR.
Operating.
Oh, it's a safe bet.
You know what, Bloom?
Hey, you're not thinking of going in there?
No.
OR 5.
Kelly, come on. Kelly. A long instrument. Kelly. Kelly, I said. No, give me a sponge. Give me a sponge. Kelly! Long instrument. I said a long instrument! Scalpel. Scalpel! Scared the hell out of me. Zipkin, what are you doing? Oh! Jesus Christ, man, are you nuts? What'd you do that for? Davey, I lied to you about the bullet wound.
No shit.
And the suit, I'm sorry about the suit. I'll get you a new one.
Jesus Christ, Zipkin. Are you nuts? You're catching me at a very bad time, man. I just lost a sweet old lady on the table. You come out of a closet, yank my head off. What are you doing here?
I thought you had a disease.
That's why you're here? You thought I had a disease? What disease?
2 guys lost all their hair and then completely flipped out and began murdering people.
So what does that have to do with me?
Well, you went to Stanford at the same time they did, and you're losing your hair.
Who are they?
Franny Scott and John O'Malley.
Franny Scott. I met him at a party with you, right? The photographer, the crazy guy? John O'Malley, I heard of him. I never met him.
How about Ed Fleming?
Eddie. Sure, I know Eddie. As a matter of fact, he just called me last week for a campaign contribution. I owed him some favors.
What do you mean, favors?
Just some favors. From a long time ago. 10 years ago, we were in college. You know, everybody had to know somebody in order to score, so I knew Eddie.
Fleming was a dealer?
Hey, now wait a second. Let's not...
That explains it. That explains
Jerry.
it. That explains it. That explains it. That explains him enough.
Hey, now, you wait a second here. This is just between us. You know, if something like that comes out of the middle of a campaign, knocks him right out of the box.
Davy, did you ever hear the words Blue Sunshine back in school?
Blue Sunshine.
Could it have been a drug?
Could be, yeah. I mean, do you have any different types of names they had for acid back then? Blue cheer, Owsley purple, orange. Oh, my. I remember. Name of Blue Sunshine. I scored it from Eddie.
From Fleming?
Yeah. Yeah, he was my only source, so...
Shit! Then it couldn't have been Blue Sunshine because it didn't have any effect on you.
I never took any.
What? You never took it?
Oh, no. I never fooled around with acid. You never knew what you were getting. I mean, kids were making batches of it in chemistry class. I just bought it and I sold it. At a small profit. Helped pay my tuition.
Who'd you sell it to?
Oh, Jerry. Strangers. I would never take a chance on selling it to a friend. You never knew what you were getting. Look, let me get something straight. Are you trying to tell me that you think that people who took Blue Sunshine 10 years ago are suddenly suffering from alopecia totalis followed by insanity?
Hello, what?
Alopecia totalis is a complete loss of body hair.
Could that have a delayed effect like a time bomb in the
chromosomes?
In the chromosomes.
It could, but it's highly improbable.
How could I prove it?
You'd have to take a blood test for genetic damage.
But I have to get one to cooperate.
Jerry, I don't understand something. What does all this have to do with you?
Plenty, Davy, plenty. Davy, how do you stop a madman without killing him?
I give up.
Davy, if somebody goes completely berserk and has the strength of a drowning man, how do you stop him?
I don't know, drugs.
Drugs.
Yeah, drugs. An injection of barbiturates, tranquilizers, whatever.
How to get close enough to inject it? Davy, could you get me some?
What?
Tranquilizers.
Look, Jerry, this is not Stanford, you know. I can't just go around writing prescriptions like I'm scoring drugs.
Yeah.
Zipkin. What about Franny?
Franny's dead.
Look, I can't promise you anything. I'll see what I can do, okay?
I don't have to stand here before you and talk about the unemployment problem. We're all sick and tired of hearing about this problem. But no one's as sick and tired of hearing about the unemployment problem as the unemployed. Now the question is, how do we make the private sector in this country and the government work together to solve this problem? We've lost a trust a trust in ourselves, a trust in our fellow Americans, and a trust in the leadership of our government. But we can recapture it. We can and we must. We must and we will.
Hi.
Hi.
On your way to work?
Oh, no, just doing some shopping. Window shopping. My taste is too expensive for my pocketbook.
See anything you like?
Plenty.
Good, let's go.
Where?
Shopping. I have a good expense account. That's one of the advantages when you're not getting paid.
That's nice, but I really couldn't.
You go with that guy?
Which guy?
The guy you were with at the rally.
Jerry? We're just friends.
Goddamn trucks!
I really have to be going. Some other time then.
Well, say, you like window shopping? We're having a big rally at Shoppers World. Why don't you meet me there?
Yeah, that'd be great. When is it?
Tomorrow night?
All right.
The discotheque in the mall called Big Daddy's. Meet me at the bar.
Tomorrow night then.
Oh, of course, I remember now. Blue Sunshine was that mind-altering drug from back in the 60s. My old pal Breather once told me that he used to get stoned a lot back in the 60s. Then he learned how to duck. Get it? The stones would miss him that way? Duck? Oh, gee, I remember when I was breaking in my act back in the 60s. Oh, wow, man. Thank you. Thank you. And the sound of one hand clapping. Oh, far out. Okay, man. Now, have you heard the latest about Timothy Leary, man? The Internal Revenue Service ruled today that he can't deduct the cost of his LSD as a business trip. Oh, wow, thank you. Thank you, man. Oh, wow, love, peace, man. You're a wonderful audience, man. I wish I could take you home with me, man. Oh, wow.
Oh, I'd love to go and play with them.
Immediately, she forgot all about her promises.
Now, you wait here, Peter, and I'll be right back. I'm only going across the field to play for a while.
My gracious sovereign, have no more worries. The great Prince Yanosik has come to rid you and the lovely...
You sure you don't mind watching the kids? Oh.
Then I will claim the hand of the beautiful one.
Well, it's just hard to clean the apartment with them underfoot.
My blessings be with you.
I don't mind, really. Honest, I don't mind.
Climb the turret to witness the battle.
Listen, just let them watch TV, and if they fall asleep, just leave them there, and I'll pick them up later. Okay?
Who is it?
My name is Jerry Zipkin.
Who?
Jerry Zipkin. I'm a friend of Eddie's.
Not bad.
It was a terrific battle with a crowd cheering the brave warrior.
Hi. Come on in.
Hi, I'm Stephanie. I'm just on my way back to my own apartment. Are you sure about the kids?
Stephanie, I'm sure.
None of the brave warriors
Well, nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Eddie and I are divorced.
I know.
Would you like some coffee?
No, thank you.
Hi!
They're Stephanie's. This is like their second home. So how's Eddie doing?
He's great. I saw him last week. I think he's going to win the election. He's a great salesman.
I know. Well, you caught me right in the middle of putting the dishes away.
It's okay.
It doesn't look as though Von
Well, come on in.
the whole or even half the kingdom.
Mrs. Fleming,
Days pass, and
did you ever hear of an acid called Blue Sunshine?
Acid?
Yes.
You mean LSD acid?
Yes.
Blue Sunshine. No, I've never heard of it. Were you trying to score from Eddie?
No. No. It's just that he had some acid called Blue Sunshine when he was at Stanford about 10 years ago. You went to Stanford, right?
Just for 2 years.
Well, this acid, this Blue Sunshine, I'm trying to find out who he sold it to.
Are you sure you're a friend of Eddie's?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, not really a friend, but
Why try to implicate him in dealing with acid?
I'm not trying to implicate him.
Why bring that up now? That was 10 years ago.
Mrs. Fleming, I'm not trying to implicate him. I'm just trying to find out who he sold the acid to.
I don't believe you. Didn't your mother ever tell you it wasn't polite to stare?
I'm sorry, I stared at you. Mrs. Fleming, if you could remember anybody who Eddie might have sold the drug to, it would be very helpful to me.
I never heard of this drug called Blue Sunshine, and Eddie was never selling...
But you just told me 1 second ago.
I know what I said. You said you were looking to buy drugs. Now I realize you're just trying to get Eddie in trouble. Now would you please leave?
I watch him every minute. Won't I, Peter? And Grandpa, bring us back a present.
Goodbye, children. Bye.
Peter and Susie waved until they were almost out of sight.
Wendy! Bye! Ice cream! Wendy! We want ice cream! We want ice cream! We want ice cream! Wendy!
7 for me, please? Thank you.
Garçon! Monsieur, another glass of milk and 2 fresh straws. You know what? I think you're hiding something from me.
Stop it, Wendy. You're scaring me.
Samantha, what's wrong? Come with me. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Now go home. Where's Wendy? What did you do?
Well, there's another one that Zipkin's gonna end up taking the heat for. And talk about a guy who always manages to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And maybe nobody else has noticed it, but there's one sure way of spotting one of them blue sunshine users who's about to go berserk. Just before it happens, they all of a sudden look like they're wearing a cheap wig from the Five and Dime. Remember this chick, Wendy, from the earlier scenes? Look at her hair. When I saw her again a few minutes ago, I was wondering if it was even the same person. Now, I know there's been a lot of talk about me wearing a wig. Well, sometimes I even joke about it my own darn self. But I just want to set the record straight once and for all. It is perfectly real. See? Ow, 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 that hurts. Wouldn't hurt if it wasn't real hair. Ow, ow, oh, what I'll do to go to prove a point. Ow. Oops. Oh, ow.
Hello, team. Right, that's on Tuesday.
I'll be at this location until noon, so that'll give me plenty of time to get over here by 3 o'clock anyway, okay?
Okay, fine.
Ed, Lieutenant Clay, homicide.
Lieutenant?
Terribly sorry, Congressman.
Not yet. I mean, I'm not congressman yet, but thank you. Lieutenant Clay, I don't recall.
Oh, I'm working up around Tahunga Canyon. Actually, I'm working on a case that might have some bearing on your wife's death. The man I'm looking for answers the description of her killer.
Oh?
Remember him?
Yes, yeah, I do. Jerry, Wayne, what did he say his name was?
Zipkin. Jerry Zipkin.
Yeah, the woman down the hall from your wife is Stephanie...
Andretti, yeah, Stephanie Andretti.
That's it, yeah. She gave me the same name. Just wanted to make sure. Zipkin was at that rally of yours at the shopping center. What were the two of you talking about?
I don't recall, Lieutenant. People come up to me all the time. We spoke very briefly.
He was looking for some kind of work. We didn't have any. He wouldn't take no for an answer.
That's when he came over to me, Lieutenant. He asked for a job, right? I didn't have anything for him, and he got kind of physical, and Wayne came over then.
I'd watch him pretty closely if I were you.
Yeah, well, Wayne here's my walking insurance policy, Lieutenant.
Mr. Fleming, are you sure you never knew Zipkin?
That's right, Lieutenant. Just that one incident.
He took an awful chance coming to you like that. You sure he just talked about asking for work?
Well, I guess that makes him more of a maniac, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it does. You try to make sense out of something that's so senseless.
Yeah, well, I know what you mean, Lieutenant. Well, I guess that's it then, huh?
Yeah, thanks very much.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Hey, how you doing, Jimmy boy? Hey, baby. You can't fight that feeling, man. Hey, Jimmy boy. Spot me for a cigarette, will you? Get out of here. Hey, get out of here. 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 Oh, there he is. Sweet Jesus himself. Amen. Here, man. Hey, do it for me, would you? Here. Wait.
Where the hell have you been?
Did you bring the stuff?
What the hell happened? I've been waiting over an hour. You're like a goddamn pusher. Shake hands with me. Shake hands with me. That's it, Zippo. I don't want to see you anymore. Don't come around the hospital, okay? Been watching you on the news.
It's not true.
I know. Think I'd be sticking my neck out if I thought it was?
Sure this stuff will work?
There is enough paraldehyde in it to paralyze an elephant. You don't believe me? Go over to the zoo. Test it out. Oh, about the acid. I went through the school yearbook. There was one guy on the football team. All he wanted was acid, acid, acid. Wayne Mulligan. Oh, no, there's a cop. Get out of here. Get out of here, Zipkin.
Davey, you're a peach.
Will you get the fuck out of here? Get out of here.
Clay.
Oh, Sergeant Clay? Alicia Sweeney.
It's Lieutenant Clay, Miss Sweeney, but go ahead.
Look, I think I can prove to you that Zippy's innocent. Jerry.
Look, Alicia, if you'll just tell me where Jerry's hiding out.
I don't know. I've been trying to reach him myself, but I can't. That's why I need your help.
Help with what?
Look, I'm meeting this guy tonight at the rally for Edward Fleming. Yeah, well, if you could just have him tested, I'm sure you'd understand what's been happening.
What if this guy tests out okay?
Well, then I'll help you find Jerry.
Now you're talking. Where do I meet you?
This is your Walther LP3. It's 177 caliber. Single action. Loads one pellet at a time. Got your hand pump. It'll shoot accurately for about 50 feet. And it is the most powerful hand pump gun I got in store. It'll cost you $79.99 plus tax.
Will it shoot target darts?
You got to hold this baby with both hands. Let it down slow and steady. Squeeze the trigger. Don't jerk it. Because if you jerk, it won't work.
Got to hold the baby with both hands. You got to let her down, slow and steady. You got to squeeze the trigger. Don't jerk it, because if you jerk, it won't work. Take it.
If you jerk, it won't work. If you jerk, it won't work. You gotta hold your baby with both hands. Now let her down, slow and steady. Now squeeze that trigger. Don't jerk it, Eddie, 'cause if you jerk, it won't work. Everybody on the dance floor, let's do the trigger jerk. If you jerk, it won't work. If you jerk.
Excuse me. I'm looking for Wayne Mulligan.
He isn't here today.
You know where he is?
No, he had one of his headaches.
What do you mean headaches?
Are you a friend of his?
Yes.
Well, he'll be at Shoppers World tonight. It's the last rally.
Shoppers World.
Right, tonight.
Thank you.
Crazy sleep in my brain. It's the music of love, and you're singing my pet refrain. I ride waves of that melody. I slide down from that cool crescendo to dim innuendo. Then you do that virtuoso number you do in some directions that go so very wrong. I can't get enough of that particular kind of soul.
Haven't been over there yet. Who are you looking for?
No one. I've never been here before. It's nice.
Music is too loud. I'm gonna go wash up. I'll be right back.
What?
I'm going to go wash up. I'll be right back.
I was lost, the losing dice were tossed, my bridges all were crossed, nowhere to go. Now you're here, and now I know just where I'm going. No more doubt or fear, I found my way. For love came just in time. You found me just in time and changed my lonely life that lovely day.
Where is he?
He's not here. He said he was going to the men's room. It's been about 20 minutes. I don't know what happened to him.
Entrance up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go check. You okay?
You're fine.
Okay. What's his name?
Mulligan. Wayne Mulligan.
Hey, can I use the sink? Huh? It's okay, I'll take care of it. Yeah? Well, it's been like that for a while. I know. Thanks. Maybe some air or something? Yeah.
Okay, Wayne.
know, I've always wanted to share a spotlight with Frank Sinatra and Barbra Streisand. I think finally this is my day. A day to begin the work that will lead us down the road to full employment.
Hey, what's going on? There's a bald maniac in there. He's going batshit.
You dirty killer bastard!
I didn't kill anybody!
Like hell you didn't!
I didn't kill
Wayne!
anybody!
Get me Wayne!
You and Wayne! I'll get your Wayne! He's gone crazy from the nurse that you told him, and so did your wife!
Oh, well, I guess nobody told Big Number 32. No slam dancing allowed in that disco. What a loser. I mean, he talked a good show out there by the trailer, but when push came to shove, that's all he was. Talk. Did you see him sitting there at the bar, sweating like a pig and complaining about the music? Probably in the back of his head he was saying to himself, these drinks are gonna cost me plenty.
I guess you never know what goes on inside people's heads, do you?
Honey, I agree with you 100%. But you know, when those people lose their hair like that, instead of getting so hostile, what they ought to do is just wrap themselves in them orange sheets and go hang out down at the airport. They could clean up down there. Huh.
Sit down.
Hold the baby with both hands. Let her down. Slow and steady. Squeeze the trigger. Don't jerk it. Definitely jerk. So it won't work.
Subsidized medical care, better housing for aging, and a desperate need to turn
He won't cease to be great. Well, it's time to make America good again.
We need your help to put Ed Fleming in Congress. Vote in the special election Tuesday, December 14th. Ed Fleming.
When a movie leaves you with a few loose ends, that's one thing. But when it leaves you with a few split ends, that is something else again. And I guess that little epilogue they tagged on the end there was supposed to make this story like real or something. I'm sure gonna watch out for bald-headed dudes who can't stand disco music, I'll tell you. But all things considered, it wasn't such a bad movie. I mean, Barbra Streisand even showed up in that cameo performance. She seemed a little wooden to me, though, but what the heck? I don't want to be the final word on this movie, so let's get a second opinion. Oh, you, miss! On a scale of 1 to 10, what did you think of Blue Sunshine?
7 for me, please.
7? Hey, that ain't bad. 7 it is. And while we're playing the numbers game, note the clever segue here. While we're playing the numbers game, just let me mention that I'll be back next Saturday at 8, Sunday at 4, with more thrills, chills, and spills here on Movie Macabre. And on that note, it's time for me to boogie on out of here. See you next week, darling. And until then, unpleasant dreams.